Today I wanted to share with you one of the few ways that you can remind yourself to come back in the present moment, in the here and now, whenever you feel maybe a little dysregulated, ungrounded, when you're going through an emotional roller coaster. Alright? So these reminders, it's essentially about you remembering that the power to be present, the power to be calm, the power to return to yourself very much lie within your hands. So you may have guessed already that a lot of the reminders today I'll be talking about the power that lies in your hands. Some of you might be very familiar with mindfulness. We have what is called mindfulness-based stress reduction program, where there is also an emphasis about how connecting with our five senses can really help us to return to the present moment if we find that a certain situation, a challenge is just making us go in, stay stuck in a loop, and we feel temporarily a sense of disconnect with the reality, right? So that's why if at any point of time you might be feeling that I'm stuck in the cycle, there is that old tape going on, the old dialogue or this old film that's going on in my mind. So this is one of the ways that we just go through that tunnel vision. And when we move into the mindful exercises, mindful grounding, we connect with the senses to say, okay, so right now, what am I seeing? Where am I? I'm not there. I'm here. I'm not hearing this. What am I hearing in the present moment? So that's one, the key thing is just to bring ourselves back into the present moment. So when it comes to the senses, it very much depends about a person's let's say way of coming back and connecting. Some is more visual, some it can be through music, auditory, right, and kinesthetic as well, if I've said the word right. And today this video is gonna connect about how can you work with your hands in order to come back, because I've seen it to be very powerful but also very helpful. I've used this technique when it comes with the younger ones and the elder ones as well, and adapting it based upon where they are at. So if that's something that resonates with you, you're most welcome to share it with your kids as well, or the younger ones. So the first one, so the thing is, when it comes to the hands, it's very, very powerful. When it comes to the hands can be very powerful metaphor, because whether you look at it even as a healer, we are said we all have got the healing hands. Through the power of touch, sometimes we can very much convey a sense of presence by maybe resting a hand over the shoulder of a loved one without saying any words. We are actually here anchoring that presence in the here and now, and that can be an example like a micro gesture showing care. So the same thing here when it comes about how are we working with our hands in order to help us get regulated. The first technique is actually the 5 fingers breath, or the 5 fingers breathing technique. So some of you might be familiar with that. It essentially, you're taking a moment to slowly work with the breath. As you're breathing in, you go there to the top, and then you slowly, when you breathe out, you take a moment to feel the softness right there, and you reach this resting place right there. And then you will allow yourself to take a deep breath in, as much as you can to your capacity, going up there, breathing out gently, and you will go up till you reach the pinky, and you come back. So it's one of the ways for you to be able to practice some intentional pause. Sometimes the mind can race so much that we may not realize how powerful 10 seconds, 15 seconds can really enhance the quality of what is it that's coming afterwards. Whether it's come into the quality of a decision that you have to make, whether it comes to the quality of a communication that you have to make, anything of this. So when you just give yourself this time to really take a moment, be back into your window of resilience, and be present with yourself, then you are back online, right? You're within a manageable state, and then you can attend to anything else. So this is something, it's also very fun. You can very much do with your kids together. Take a deep breath in and breathe out, and you got it. Now, the other way that you can also work with it is try to see your hands just like going to the tip of a mountain, kind of. Okay, so it's almost like a slope up and then it's going down. It's a little bit like the roller coaster. It goes up and it goes down. So I like to think that the 5 fingers are essentially, let's say, the 5 pillars or the 5 levels of difficulty that sometimes we have to go through. And this is what I would call like the mounts of resilience, essentially. So, okay, let me take an example that will be better. Let's say, this is not going to fall, okay. Let's say this is the challenge that you've named. And let's say this challenge actually comes into 5 stages or 5 levels, okay? So it's just coming in about you're right here. You take that deep breath, you keep going step by step, and you finally reach the tip or the top of that mountain or of that hill. Okay, so while you've been going through that, making that trip, on the way you've learned various things. Adaptation, maybe there are various skills that you've actually learned so that it helped you to get on the top of the mountain, right? And then at some point as well, there's going to see, all right, now I'm going to just exhale and then take some time to relax and reflect and contemplate, and then you will just go down, okay, the resting mode. And then there is another level. So then there is another subsection or branch of that challenge that now has appeared in front of you. So because you've already addressed, you have experience with one aspect or facet of the challenge, you are coming from being a person of experienced. You've experienced that challenge before, but this time it might be a little bit more testing you, which you may not know yet because you don't know what is it in front of you. You can only see what's right there in front of your eyes, but not more than that. Okay, so then what I mean there, you're like, okay, fine, I've done this before, I can face it again. So as you go up, you climb and you climb and you climb. This time it feels that it's even like more. Okay, so this is where that little gap is, where now you're going to go outside of your comfort zone and you're tapping into the stages of growth, which is very much key when it comes to us really tapping into that resiliency, that mental toughness, everything that's come with it, and like, okay, now I'm feeling I'm getting tested. So this is where you're going to learn more skills, adapt, and then learn one step at a time, one drop at a time, and finally you get there. Okay? And then same here again. You then slowly come down and go down, right? Slowly exhale and take the integration part of everything that you've learned. And then finally the master one, the master mountain, the tip. So now you see, okay, that challenge, there is another branch to it. It can also be the challenge, could be an emotion that you're taking, have a lot of difficulty to deal with, but you might see that it's presenting itself in various areas of your life. Could be in a situation of frustration at work, or something related with family, something related with health, and each of them represent or are being leveled at a different level of difficulty. So coming back in here, same thing. It's now, you will see, fine, I've done it, but this one as well, it's a little bit, just a little bit, something on this. When you get there is where you're able to get that breakthrough. Okay, so there could have been like before, you've been doing this, done. You've been doing this, done. But then why is it that I may refall back into that same tendency, that same pattern, that same challenge again. And here, when you try it again, take a deep breath, step by step, you've done it, okay, you allow it very gently now to rest and you prepare for the rest, okay, and then you come back to your normal life and then it comes again. But here, the tipping, just that little, something extra. What is that extra effort that maybe you didn't pour into it before, but which could be your breakthrough? There. And the moment you've tipped it, then slowly now you will come back. And then when it presents itself again, it's not as hard as after you've done the breakthrough, because you've already done 1, 2, 3 level. You're very familiar with that. And when you're going through that situation again, it's not that difficult because you've built the familiarity, the competency, the skills to be able to address it, to be able to face it. Whatever that wind is, for example, that mountain that you have to climb, you come from someone who's got the right tools from here. You've got from the right perspective as well from these. And now also, when it's coming is the pinky finger. Yeah, I can do that. And this is the journey. So here, same again. Did you see? It felt like a kind of roller coaster ride, but it was just about from which perspective am I actually approaching this journey? And there are 2 ways you can allow yourself to approach this. First is you would work with the breath. Take a deep breath. Okay, I'm there. Slowly breathing out, resting. Take a deep breath one more time. I'm right there. Breathing out now, resting. Take a deep more breath, and you know the song. And the other one is taking a moment to realize that whatever it is that you're facing at the moment, if it feels very much multi-layered, just remember that it's just helping you build on your resilience. Think of it like a video game. Level 1 is necessary for you to go into level 2 and level 3 and onwards, because this is how you very much upgrade your life skills. Same comes in here. And a lot of the life skills that actually get upgraded has a lot to do with your soft skills, interpersonal skills, a lot of things that you may not have been very comfortable with, but it's through this journey that you really get to unlock your potential, because I firmly believe that we as human beings, we're evolutionary beings, and it's through these challenges, which for sure they are hard sometimes, but if we remember that we have what it takes in order to get there, even if we do not know how long it's going to take, but we can at least see every step that we're taking, trust into them slow and steady, and remembering that we will get there eventually, we actually can go through them. Okay? And that is the beauty of change. That is the beauty, or the recognized or unrecognized beauty of transformation. So I hope if there is anything that you were able to take out of it, allow it to sink in with you. And every time that you wake up in the morning, just take a moment to look at your hands and remember that you have what it takes just within your reach, but it only requires something from you, just about you choosing to hold yourself maybe gently today, to seize the opportunity, find the opportunity within the challenge in front of you, and move forward one step at a time as you hold yourself gently while you embark on that journey. So here's a question maybe I would like to leave with you today. When it comes to any challenge, here you go, any challenge that you're facing at the moment, just take a moment to hold it in your hand and try to trace it maybe and see where are you at, and how would you support yourself to slowly go through it, trusting the process, taking it step by step, and see for yourself what comes to your mind. Maybe it's an idea, maybe it's an inspired action. Take a moment and listen and see what comes for you. So that was us for today. I hope if there is anything you're able to take on board, allow it to be part of your life just for now. And until next time, take care.